I'm playing in Diamond and my team got 5-0 aced at the very beginning of the game. And on top of that, we have an open Nexus game. But I can show you everything you need to know to carry games like these. So first off, when we get back to lane after getting really behind in the early game, our team is 0-5, we just have to try and stabilize. So Alistair goes in on us here, Nilah lands a great hook, and we get to kill this Vayne here because they basically just used everything and Vayne got low, right? We know they have no sums because, everything was burned. All 10 members of this game burned their summoner spells in the fight. So we want to push this wave in and just recall and buy items. So this cannon wave will give me enough gold for a pickaxe. So after coming back to the lane, our Shen is dead for the second time of the game. Completely fine though. We can still carry this game if we scale. It's just that it's kind of annoying because we are full melee comp into Red Kayn. He's already 3 kills and probably has form soon because we did so much early fighting. So when the wave is pushing into us like this, we kind of want to just let them push. We don't want to push the wave back into them because when we have the wave on our side, it's much more advantageous, right? You see how far back the enemies have to stay, or else like we can walk up and just all in them. Nilah tries to hook here, it misses, but it's completely fine. We don't really have to do anything, right? You see me just walking back and forth between the bushes. Right here, try to engage onto them, just poke the Vayne out, but Kayn is already here. Like we see Kayn, so we have to back off here. Wait for our jungle. As long as we keep fighting, we can kill the Kayn. It's very unlucky that the Nihilist took the shutdown with Ignite. It's not his fault. I should have waited, been more patient, and then I would have gotten the kill if I just let the Ignite take one more time. So it's a bit unfortunate, but at least that's a shutdown. Our jungler is forced to flash here. It's fine, and Bessa roams. And then we get a solo kill onto the Alistar. And at this point, I'm kind of just thinking, I can probably kill this guy with just E into a Q, right? And I hesitate a little bit, and he levels up. This is very unlucky. I will have to say it has to be luck. It is my fault, but it was unlucky. So we come back, just ignore the previous death. It was an execute. It's completely fine. So this game is now 7-4. It wasn't as bad as 0-5, but at the same time, it's not the best either. So very familiar lane state. We love lane states like this where the enemy's wave is pushing into us. When this happens, when you see this pattern, right, where there's just minions stacked in front of your turret or, in this area of your lane, just don't do anything. Just let the minions die to themselves and only last hit, right? Because the enemies are getting denied so many minions from this. Like you see the Vayne losing a cannon minion, caster minion. It's just endless. They cannot do anything unless they break this freeze. And all we have to do is just hold it. Now our jungler wants to gank, so I'm thinking of a possibility of maybe we can just try and bait it, but I think the enemies are playing too safe. Again, the minions are still in our lane. It's completely fine, we don't have to do anything. We can just keep denying the Vayne CS because she is a pretty low range champion for an ADC, right? So we're gonna have to try and just deny her. But they walk to this fight. And honestly, this is winning for us. We get the dragon and we end up 4 for 0ing them. 4 of them die and none of us did. And here's what you think like, oh wow, isn't that just it? Like you guys just win the game from here? Well, no, not at all. You might think I did nothing that fight, but in reality, you are just in for a crazy ride. The game is not won yet, the game will go crazy very soon. Top of what just happened, we also managed to kill the Vayne, who is walking solo back to turret. Because she is just alone, we have 3. We just dive her and she's dead again. And then you might think again, doesn't this just look unlosable from here? The enemies just completely threw their lead. Well, again, you're in for a crazy ride. This game is just going to completely change your thoughts on how bad you can actually throw a game. So we go back and buy Collector after getting all that gold, right? It's just a gold injection for Nilah, which is very crazy. And on top of that, the enemies all managed to roam mid somehow to just fight mid, so we get a free tower here. As Nilah, if you get an opportunity to stay bot lane alone and kind of just farm the tower yourself, you're going to get a lot of gold because she clears towers really quickly with her Q and autos. But after we kill this turret, we're gonna try and walk mid here, because we do have Ghost. We can. Don't know why Nilah just stands still and dies, but I have to try and kind of do something here. Forced to flash because of the Diana ult that pulled me back. And right here, I feel like I can 1v1 the Diana since she has no mana. Unfortunately, I overstepped here, right? My collector didn't actually kill her, and I kind of ran it down. So this is like a beginning of multiple throws from both teams that will kind of just completely ruin the game, and it becomes complete clown fiesta. So my bad on this death. I should have avoided that, right? I shouldn't have died, but regardless, we still get some gold, so it's not the worst. And when we come back alive, our teammates are fighting again, multiple deaths once again, just over 30 kills in 15 minutes. As me and Nilah come, we try to fight again because I feel like that's kind of like the only thing we're doing nowadays. Fortunately, Kayn is too tanky and Alistar kind of counters both me and Nilah, so don't get anything from that. As of right now, I'm still farming pretty well, 130 CS at 15 minutes, so we kind of have that going for us, right? Do keep in mind, even though we're doing all this fighting, I'm kind of the only one who's just keeping farm up. And it's not because I'm taking my jungle's camps. This is actually like the first camp I've taken this game from him. But I really need gold for my IE and to just keep scaling. I want like 4 items ideally to carry this game just because their Kayn is so fed. So I'm gonna need all the gold I can get. I come top here and I think to myself, you know, I'm kind of safe, right? Really, I'm safe here. I farm one more wave because I get a little greedy, and even if Embessa is here, I can win a 1v1 against her pretty easily. She's like not that strong, and I do have items, but unfortunately, Diana comes here and I get killed. The things that are happening this game are just a bit unholy, so you know, I'll lock in soon, but not right now. It's just that after recovering from that early game, I think everyone is just in a fighting mindset. Everyone's doing their own thing completely fine. But you'll see later on, once I have gold, or rather, once I have ways of getting gold, you will start to see how clear the mindset is and just like, you know, the things that you actually have to do in order to win games in states like this. A little bit more fighting happens and Arnalis gets caught. At this point, he has died like many times, so it doesn't really matter if he dies again. It's fine, just ignore all these things that are happening. And so we see them on Otacon. We're just going to keep pushing mid because our jungler isn't going to try and contest, and honestly I don't think we should contest it anyways. So we get this mid turret, and as I see them still bot side, I decide that, you know, maybe I can try to catch off this Diana. So I go in on a Diana here. I might have W too early because the fight would be really close. End up flashing early because I wanted to get out of her auto range, as well as like just in case she would just Q in place, right? Q right in front of her. So bit of luck involved, but we killed the Diana and we move top lane here because we see everyone bot lane. Don't recall at low health if there's no threat to you. That's like a #1 rule. You can keep getting more resources on the map, like right here we get this extra wave, and we can end up pushing down their mid tower since all of them are still on dragon, right? So when they're all on vision like this, just don't be afraid. Get the objectives that you need to get for your scaling, for your items, for gold. Everything about League of Legends at the end of the day is you just want gold, right? To buy items. So we farm enough gold to get Mortal Reminder. I got this game because I think their Kayn will have a lot of healing, as well as their team comp in general just has a bit of healing. So since I have enough gold, I might as well just buy Mortal instead of LDR. Walking out, we see that Shen almost died here, but doesn't quite die, so we don't have to go bot lane. Let's just go mid here. You're gonna have to be a bit careful though when you're walking like this in mid game. Vayne walks up too far, have an opportunity to kind of just poke her out. And we end up fighting here. So one thing about this fight is, since Alistar, whenever he uses his knockback and knockup, we are safe to go in. Fortunately, we still got CC'd, but Uh, Getting the shutdown here on Kane is really big. That's 1,000 gold. I see the Diana pushing down her base, but at this point, I don't really have a choice, I think, in my opinion. Like, I could just recall, uh, but I think we chased a little bit too far, so I have to finish this fight and just hope that Shen can defend. When I'm getting 2 kills here, it's actually really close here with an open nexus. Like, my Shen just doesn't do enough damage to kill her, but, you know, we get to recall, and we get another 300 gold. So, all this gold is really good as long as our nexus doesn't explode, right? I just got a huge amount of gold. I just bought my mortar reminder and I can almost buy another full item already. So here's what I kind of tell my team, you know, to start to respawn. All we have to do is just to chill for 3 minutes, right? We can give everything as long as it's not our nexus. Because I am going to scale really hard this game. And since I considered like going shield bow last this game or death stance, I decided death stance would be better because it is much better survival. Even though shield bow would help me get 100% crit, I think I don't really lack damage right now. All I lack is survival, right? So I take next wave, recall by death stance, and I should be pretty invincible in fights. And since it's a very sensitive time right now, we are open nexus, we're going to have to be a little bit more careful about where we walk. We don't want to walk too far from our base, and we kind of want to just clear waves until our nexus turrets are up again. Or at least like, you know, unless there's like a really good fight, right? But my Nilah, I don't know what he's been doing. He's kind of just been running it down, so don't worry about that too much. Just ignore it. Pretend Nilah doesn't exist, right? Do what is necessary, and since we cannot contest Baron, I decided to just give it, and me and Wukong are kind of on the same page here, where we just kill the Diana. She is their split pusher, right? So as long as she's dead, no real threat to our base. So I'm gonna keep pushing here. There's nothing to do because they are all on Baron, so let's just keep pushing the next waves in so that the super minions will never reach our base. So we take this tier 2 turret bot and we're gonna recall. The enemies are walking out of base with Baron, so we can't go any further. I can choose to buy something here, but I think it's probably just better if I save, because I can either buy a Dune Quiver or just sit on D-Blade and buy a pot, but I don't think there's going to be a fight anytime soon, since honestly we should just give everything until our Nexus turrets are up. And they have Baron, so we probably don't want to fight them anyways. It's not like there's a Dragon Soul, so you know, we don't have to really worry about that. Fortunately, Shen gets caught. I try to get there in time to help him, but he's already dead. So instead, I walk the other way and kind of just like hope I catch Diana in like on her way back, right? When she's walking back. And unfortunately, she doesn't try to walk up for the next wave, so I have to recall here. Adrenaline steals a dragon, and he ends up dying, which, in my opinion, that doesn't really matter, right? They were never getting soul anyway, so he didn't have to die. But if he stole it, then good, right? As long as they can't end the game. Our inhibitor will spawn soon, so all we have to do is kind of just defend for 1 more minute, and then we can do whatever we want. Nilah gets caught here, but it honestly looks like a good fight, as long as I can get my ult off on them. So they all left my ult, but it's fine because I am unkillable right now. Just keep autoing. And we kill 3 of them here. And I'm just gonna ignore them right here, and I'm just gonna keep pushing. Since there's a lot of time before the enemies respawn, it should like give them enough pressure to just back off. I think my Riven is chasing a little bit too far, but since he's chasing, I'm just going to... Actually, I can't. Okay, that's fine. We can just recall and buy our item. I think she's dead. It's really bad if she dies. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. Like, she gives a shutdown, sure, but no objectives are up. And since, you know, our Nexus towers respawned, it's completely fine. We will not lose our base. Alright, so this game, I think it is back into our favor now. Well, my favor, because I can carry. I have basically 6 items. Thinking of what to buy here. I could just like buy a BT and try to go for like a Phantom Dancer as my last item. Yeah, I'll probably just do that actually. I can sell my boots and then buy a Zeo item to really complete my build. Since they remove Zephyr, I don't think keeping boots is necessary when it's really late game. And I chose BT because, you know, I have 75% crit right now. Uh, so I need 25% more to complete my build. It's going to be a Zeo item. Hopefully we don't get caught here. Yeah, I'm just going to run here. It looks like we're fighting. Alistair's going to try and keep me out of the fight. Nice, I just got double knockbacked. But now they have nothing to kind of like defend against me. Kane is dead. Kane should be dead. I mean, he should be. I don't think I have to go there, right, guys? They got him. Surely they got him. But since it's only Alistair and Mbessa, I can deal with this. Like, they cannot 2v1 me. It's gonna be annoying though, because they're gonna keep knocking me back, but I'm gonna go for the inhibitor here. Diana's trying to recall. Hopefully my Shen could stop the base. Really annoying. But completely fine. I think they let her base actually, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot to check for a second there. And never mind, she's still there. She should be dead here, but maybe my teammates will have trouble finishing her off. That's a flash from Diana. Can't really reach unless this guy gives me an angle right here. Okay, that's 1, 2, and that's 3 of them dead. We can probably try to end here. No objectives are up, so it's actually our only thing to do. I have a lot of gold. I can definitely recall if we don't end and just try to like get a Zeo item. I'm popping ghosts here. Looks like my Riven is okay. She died anyways. Wow. She exploded. Damn, my collector. Oh, it got her. It's fine. Kane should be dead here. There's no way he kills me at Death Stance. Drag him into my team. And he's dead. Alright, can we end 40 seconds? Yeah, we can. 20 seconds on Diana. Alright, yeah, so, you know, stay calm and collected. Don't FF. These are the type of games where you can always win, no matter how bad it looks, as long as you focus up, right? Just lock in. Hope you enjoyed, and if you felt this was helpful, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.